Hello, everybody. My name is Paul Saunders. I'm the General Secretary of the Undergraduate AI Society at the University of Alberta. And as of now, you should have Miniconda installed on your computer, and you should also know what a Python environment is. But before we dive into actually using the virtual environments, we should get a good grasp of how Miniconda works and what we should do with it. So you're going to want to go and open up whichever your favorite terminal is. If you're on Windows, you can go to your search bar and type CMD to open up the generic command prompt. You can also do PowerShell. It's a bit more versatile than just typical typical terminal. I like using Git Bash just because it's good for illustrative purposes, especially right now, and it's also quite versatile on its own. Now, to make sure you have Miniconda installed, you're going to want to type conda. This is the command to access all of Miniconda's abilities. So if you type conda and hit enter, you should see a long list of available commands come up, like clean, config, create, and etc. If you do not see this long list of characters, then that probably means that your path environment variable isn't able to access conda, and so you need to go into your environment variables, find the path of where Miniconda was installed, and then copy paste it into there. There's tons of tutorials online for that, so I won't go into it. But know that if this problem is occurring, it's probably the cause of it. Now that we have conda installed and it's accessible to our terminal, we want to make sure that we have the right version. So you're going to want to type conda version. Now you're going to want to have conda 4.6 or greater. If you don't have 4.6, then the following process is going to be a bit different. There are guides online, but we may as well update right now while we're here. So to update your conda environment, you should type conda update --all. Now this might take a little bit of time to run depending on how your Miniconda distribution is currently set up. Essentially what it's going to do is it's going to tell you what needs to be updated. Actually, I have all my requested packages, but essentially, if you don't have all the requested packages, it's going to tell you what needs to be updated, and then it's going to ask, would you like this updated? Yes or no. You can just type Y for yes, hit that, and then it's going to do all the updates necessary, and then it's going to finish. And once that's done, you should be able to type conda -- version, and you should have the newest conda version. Now let's talk about Python environments. In order to create our environment, we want to do conda create. This tells it that we're going to create an environment -n to create a new environment, and then the name whichever one you want. I'm going to do just simple environment. You can name it whatever you like. You don't have to name it environment. Hit enter. It's going to try and do a whole bunch of things. Then it's going to ask if would you like it to save it to this location. Chances are, unless you have some specific things about your machine, wherever it tells you is going to be okay. So you're just going to want to type Y. And then you should be good to go. So now to activate the environment, you're going to want to do conda activate, or excuse me, beforehand, you want to type conda info --envs, because this is going to tell you, all the environments you currently have. So you can see here, I have my environment right here. I have created my environment and I'm good to go. To activate my environment, or to get into my environment, you're going to want to type conda activate and then the name of the environment. So I'm going to type conda activate environment. If you named yours env, you're going to want to type conda activate env, etc. Hit enter. Might take a little while, but this is why I use git bash, because you can see before I activated my environment, I just have base right above, but after I activate, I have my environment name above the terminal. And that tells me that I'm now working inside my environment and all the libraries inside are accessible to me. So now I can do a whole bunch of code, work with whatever I want to inside the environment, but let's go ahead and get out of our environment, pretend we're done working. You're just going to want to type conda deactivate. You don't need to pass it a name because we're just leaving the current environment, not entering a new specific one. You can see I've returned from environment to base, and now everything should be back to normal outside the environment, basically just where I started. So hopefully it's pretty clear kind of how it all works, how to make Python environments, how to work with them. There are a lot more commands using the Miniconda distribution than just what I've showed you. what we've done should be more than enough to get you through this activity. If there's something you want to do with an environment, just go ahead and Google it. Chances are Miniconda has it pre-installed and you should be fine. Thank you, everybody. I will see you in the next video where we'll get to work on activity number 1. Thanks.